Welcome to the Courage Barbell Unlimited podcast with your host, legendary powerlifter and strength athlete, Chad Ikes. For most, the journey of strength starts in the gym, but should inevitably expand through all aspects of life. Join us as we discuss all things strength. Now, here's your host, Chad Ikes.
Good morning, good evening, good day, good night, good afternoon, or whatever time you're listening to this. I hope you're having a good day. This is for me is probably evening, I would say. And tonight this evening, I want to talk about peace, because I often say protect your peace or defend your peace, but I don't really spend a lot of time going into what I mean by that. And that's also a very common thing in like the psychological or mindset type of world with social media and books and all that stuff. But I don't hear people really go into what they mean by that all the time. So I wanted to kind of talk about that tonight a little bit without going super crazy in depth with it, because it can be a huge rabbit hole. The point tonight for me is, if you want to achieve your strength, fitness, health goals, you need to learn this and you need to think about this, because it is going to have a major impact on your success or your failure. The fact is, if you're stressed out all the time, if you're not protecting your peace, if you're letting yourself go from anger to happy to sadness, and you're just flip-flopping all the time, that's very difficult on your body, especially when you're training and you're trying to achieve these goals. Why would you spend so much time training and eating and sleeping and stretching and doing all this other stuff and then let your central nervous system just go bonkers the whole time? It's going to have a huge impact on your success. So why not take a little time to learn it? Because it's also going to have a huge impact on your life, your relationships, your job, everything. For me personally, when I say protect your peace or defend your peace, I'm thinking of it in two ways. I'm thinking peace of mind, and I'm thinking peace in terms of leveling yourself out, not letting yourself go too high or too low, but finding somewhere in the middle that keeps you cool for at least most of the time. Now, peace is a funny word, because technically, if you look it up, peace is going to be an emotion, which is going to trigger feelings. And there's a whole question of like, can you control your feelings and your emotions? I personally feel like emotions are going to happen, but it's up to you to react to them. And if you want to let them follow through and dictate your life, or you want to take control. And if you let it go through and follow through, then all the feelings that happen, you got to take responsibility for them. It's nobody else's fault. You're allowing yourself to feel that way because we do have control over those things. Now, there's a lot of literature out there that'll say basically all human beings follow 6 emotions, which are sadness, anger, fear, joy, love, and peace. And I just looked those up on the internet because I'll forget one or two of them. And under peace, it says relaxed, calm, confident, patient, flexible, productive. And I kind of agree with all of those. The relaxed one, I'm not sure I like that word particularly. Prepared to me is better than relaxed. You're prepared for it to go either way, so you're aware. But without going down that rabbit hole too far, I kind of want to talk about the two definitions that I have. And again, your peace is a major controller of your central nervous system. So you want to be able to keep your body in a parasympathetic state, because that's when you're going to heal better. That's when you're going to grow better. If you're in a sympathetic state, which is fight or flight, your body's not worried about recovering from your training session. It's worried about getting you through the trauma and stress and whatever is going on right now. So a lot of your energy that could go towards your healing and recovering and growing, and that can go towards your body burning fat, is going towards fight or flight. It's thinking life or death. I got to get this machine out of this situation with as little damage as possible. It's not thinking about healing and doing all that other stuff. And a lot of people these days are so stressed and they let themselves get so emotional that they're in the sympathetic state all day long. So how is their body going to heal? How are they going to recover? And if you've ever hung around a lot of really high athletes or got to talk to a lot of high athletes or watch interviews and stuff with high athletes, they'll often talk about how they do try to stay calm outside and they let their body do their things, and they'll like push all these things that cause stress. They'll push them out of their life, which I don't disagree with, but I also think we need to learn how to deal with them at the same time. So just there's learning to deal with them, and then there's just trying to push them to the side. Well, you can't always push it to the side. Things are going to happen. So I say learn to deal with them in terms of, it's not about making your life easy. It's about becoming stronger and more resilient and working through the hard times more efficiently and quicker. So for me, there's peace. Defend your peace. This to me means that state of, I'm not too high and I'm not too low. Yes, if things happen and I feel happy, I'm going to go ahead and stay with that. There's no reason for me to wipe out my happy feelings. Or if I'm doing something and I'm excited, there's no reason for me to wipe out the excitement. I'm talking more about those emotions of stress, worry, anger, like the negative emotions. I don't want those to be able to come in and affect my peace. I don't, if I'm at peace and I'm working and things are flowing and it's good, I don't want to all of a sudden get angry and have to deal with that. And that, because that's going to take me out of my peace. Now I went from a nice parasympathetic state where I can be productive to this sympathetic state where I'm fight or flight and I'm angry and I'm pissed off, and it's just going to mess everything up. So the number one thing is protecting that peace, staying at that kind of level emotional ground where I'm ready if something happens. I'm ready to deal with it in a smart and intelligent way. Like, hey, that guy just cut me off. Whew, I feel anger coming, but do I really want to be angry right now? No, I like the state that I'm in. So you know what? Hey, he cut me off. He's an asshole, whatever. Maybe he meant it. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. So why do I want to worry about it? I'm going to defend my peace and I'm going to stay right here. That was an action that he did. Yes, it was wrong, but all he did is an action. It's up to me now to defend my peace, to go, I don't want to leave this state of peace. So I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to get pissed off. It's done. It's over. That's it. And I'm not going to give him the power to take me out of peace. That's why I'm defending it. Screw you. I know you did this, but you know what? It's not going to work. I'm not going to get pissed off. I'm not going to get upset. This is where I need to be. And you know why I need to be here? Because I trained hard yesterday, because my body needs to recover, because I don't want to waste all that anger and energy and chemicals and all the things in my body being angry. I want all that stuff to go to my recovery so I can get my next training session. So my body is still burning fat instead of freaking out and doing all this other stuff. It's pretty simple. It's a simple concept. Is it easy to master? Hell no. It takes a while. You have to practice it just like anything else. I think in today's society pushes us to want to blame everybody for everything. And that's not the case. yes, if they did something wrong, you can blame them for doing something wrong, but they're not responsible for how you feel. They're not responsible for how you act. That is completely up to you. If that emotion comes up, right there, that's just part of the way our emotions work as a human. It can come up, but that's it. It came up. Now it's completely up to you. Do you want to stay in that state or do you want to let it go? And we're all going to have those things that hit us harder than other things. Like I've gotten really good at most things, but there's still some that I need to really work on because it may take me days, weeks, or months to completely deal with that emotion. But I'm continuing to work on it. I'm getting better at it every time. And I don't go, oh, I'm just staying away from that situation. I'm like, no, I'm not going to be afraid of that situation. I'm going to continue to get better and continue to learn and continue to deal with it and improve and get better at it. Now, the second piece is peace of mind. I'm not going to let someone damage my peace of mind. I'm going to defend that. And by peace of mind, here. Okay, so this morning I was training one of my figure clients, and she's like, "What are you trying to kill me?" But you know what? You can't kill me because I'll keep going no matter what. And I went, bam, right there. That's peace of mind. She has the peace of mind to go, you know what? Whatever you throw at me, I'm going to make it through. So I'm not worried about it. I'm not scared of it. I'm not stressed about it. Come on, throw it at me. I'm going to do it. That's peace of mind. The peace of mind to know that you're going to make it through. The peace of mind to go, hey, I'm probably going to fall again because I've fallen a lot in my life. But you know what? I've fallen enough in my life to know that I'm going to get back up. So you're not, whatever you throw at me, I'm going to find a way over, under, around, or through. Like I'm gonna make it. The same thing tonight. I was training and I like to squat wide, but I have an adductor on the right side that just doesn't want to heal up. And it felt good. And I started lifting around 315. It started acting up. And I'm like, all right, well, I haven't squatted narrow in a while. Let's see if I move the stance in, if I can get around that adductor where I can still lift and just give that some time to heal. And so I went narrow, went up to like 405, and I'm like, oh, this doesn't feel bad. And I was a little hesitant because I'm still working on a back injury as well. And then all of a sudden, my TFL, after like 3 reps, I felt it, like it literally moved. And I went, oh, shoot. And I did one more rep and I go, all right, I should just stop. It's not worth it. And I think at this point, after doing some modalities and stuff, I think it just knotted up really good. But I'm not going to freak out about it. I'm not going to get frustrated. I'm not going to get pissed off. I should say the frustration like popped up immediately. Like, God damn it. Jesus, give me a break. But I quickly went, you know what? Stuff happens when you're trying to work around one injury. Sometimes you shift or do these little things that light up something else. And right now, I don't even know. If it just knotted up, it'll be sore for a couple days and I can keep doing some modalities. And by next week, it'll probably be fine. So why would I stress out? Why would I get frustrated? Like, this is what it is. And to me, I didn't actually look up a definition of peace of mind, but to me, that's peace of mind, is that confidence in yourself to know that the world can throw whatever it's got at you and you're going to keep going. I mean, it's already thrown everything at you and you're still here. You're still making it. You're still going. Seems to me like you're building up some resilience. So keep that peace of mind. Keep that peace of mind to know that you're going to figure it out, that you're going to find a way. So these two things are peace of mind, and you defend this peace of mind so that you can keep your body in basically a state of growth, a state of recovery. And you don't need to be in a sympathetic state all the time. Like the sympathetic state is just for emergencies. And if you work on that peace of mind, then when you do come into situations where you might be apt to freak out, you won't freak out. I had an accident with a 5-inch grinder one time, and it kicked up and basically punched me in the face and split my nose, cut completely through one nostril, cut through my upper lip. And I was home alone by myself. And I went, okay, let's stop the grinder. Let's get these tools picked up. And I mean, I'm spouting blood everywhere. Like my porch is just blood all over my porch. And I'm like, all right, let's go check this out and see what we're dealing with. And I leave a trail of blood through the house. And I had like my dirty glove and I'm holding it over my face, and I pull it away and look in the mirror and I'm like, okay, duct tape's not going to fix this one. And then I thought for a second and I go, no, duct tape's not going to fix this one. You need to go get this checked out. But not once did I freak out. Not once did I go crazy. Not once did I go into fight or flight. I kept my peace of mind, and I thought, okay, what do we need to do? Here's the situation. You were tired. You worked a little bit too long. You made a mistake. You took a grinder to the face. Okay, let's see what kind of damage is done. Let's make a decision on what we need to do, and let's do it. There's no reason to freak out. There's no reason to get upset. Just keep that peace of mind. And in the long run, freaking out is not going to help you anyway. Staying calm and going, okay, what do we need to do? So when I say defend your peace, I'm talking about keeping that peace of mind. I'm talking about keeping yourself level. And even the peace of mind and the peace kind of go, it all kind of links in hand. And then as you do that, you're going to get through those things much easier, because you're not, I mean, even the grinder situation, like I could have freaked out. I could have went crazy. I could have went, oh crap, it's an emergency visit. How much is it going to cost? What's going to happen to my face? How deep is it? What if it gets infected? And just, I could have went crazy and like been passed out on my porch. But how would have any of that helped me? All that would have did is stressed my system out even more. Like I did a really good job of staying calm. Okay, what do we need to do? How do we need to do this? And that way my body didn't go into a full-on sympathetic state. I'm sure just from that injury, it somewhat goes into a sympathetic state. But I didn't waste a whole lot of energy. I stayed calm. I went in there. Funny enough, the nurse, I went to an urgent care first, and the one nurse's eyes were huge. And she kind of cleaned it up. And then when the doctor walked in, like she almost took a little step back and her eyes got huge. And she's like, you need to go to the ER. And I'm like, what? Like, you just cleaned it up. Like, let's just throw some stitches in there and let's go. And she's like, oh no, that needs more work. That's pretty bad. And I was calm the whole time, which is pretty funny. But that's what we need to do. You need to defend that peace. Anytime you get in a situation and these emotions arise and you feel yourself going into that sympathetic state, you need to go, wait a minute, defend my peace. Defend my peace. I'm going to defend my peace. And pull yourself back and ground yourself and go, hey, this is the real situation. What my emotions and feelings are telling me, they don't have logic. They don't need to make sense. They just happen. So pull back and control that. And even if, like for me, breakups are really hard. I hate breakups. And depending on how into that relationship I am, and I usually don't go into a relationship unless I'm pretty excited about it and think that it has potential. When it ends, it's extremely sad for me. And I get better and better every time. But it's like you do some stuff that's dumb and you look back on it and go, oh, okay, well, that was dumb. If this happens again, I need to catch myself sooner and go, listen, yeah, I'm sad. Probably going to be sad for a little while, but I need to pull back from that emotional state, use my logic, and keep myself in a parasympathetic state. I need to just go, hey, it's you've been through relationships before. Another one might come along. And if it doesn't matter either way. Like, you're going to live life. You're going to live a good life because that's up to you. That's your choice to do it. So still you don't have to, even though that feeling may nag with you for a little bit, you don't have to let it control you. And the more you focus on not letting it control you, the more you focus on keeping true to who you are and choosing to defend your peace. I mean, if that person broke up with you, why are you allowing them to take your peace too? Like, they broke up with you. They don't want to be with you. And I have a tendency to try to fight for the relationship because that's kind of my nature, is to fight for things. But there's a point where it's like, no, they don't want you. Like, so just own it and like, don't let it tear you up. And that's a hard thing to do, but as you go through life, you start learning these skills and you train these skills. It's no different than the first time you get under a squat bar and it looks like shit and it feels like shit and you're not doing much weight, and years later it's smooth. You almost can't mess it up unless you think about it and you're doing tons of weight. It's just practice. It's just going over and over and over. So I'm going to wrap it up right there. Just start thinking about this. There's so many things that I see on Instagram and social media, and there's all these great little clips out there, but it's almost like, wait a minute, if there's all this great information out there, why are there so many people that aren't doing it? And I see people that are like, oh, that's great. But then a day later, it's gone out of their mind. So what I would hope that you would kind of see what I'm saying here and understand it enough to go, you know what, Chad's right. I really do want to hit my health goal, or I really do want to hit my strength goal. And if I'm letting everybody piss me off, if I'm letting my job piss me off, if I'm letting my family piss me off, if I'm letting people upset me and then I feel like crap all day, if I post a squat video and everybody's ripping it apart and I let all that hurt my feelings, then I just ruined a bunch of quality healing time. I ruined a bunch of time. I could have been in a great sympathetic state and I could have been growing. Like, who gives a shit what people on Instagram think? You should be focusing on you, what you're doing, and what your coach is telling you. You might not be perfect right away. It takes a long time to get, well, perfect technique is almost impossible, but who cares? As long as you're moving in the right direction, why are you worried about what everyone else is saying? They don't really know your story. They don't know what you're going through. The hell with them. Like, you just focus on you and ignore them and utilize controlling, defending your peace so that you make ground even faster. And then, like they say, the best success is the best revenge. Okay, fine. You said something shitty on Instagram, whatever. I'm not going to let you wreck my peace. I'm going to defend it. I'm going to heal faster and grow faster and get better faster. And one day you're going to go, what the hell does he beat me? Because you defended your peace, because you took your recovery into your own hands and you thought about it and you worked about it. So this isn't something you can just listen to this podcast and go, oh, I'm going to be better. I can only give you knowledge, but you have to choose to use it. This will work. This will make your whole life better if you learn to defend your peace. But that happens by being cognitive, by being aware, by watching what happens. And the first time it happens, you might get all pissed off. And then 5 minutes later, you're like, remember what Chad said? Chad told me to defend my peace. I'm not defending my peace. And then you calm down. And then the next time it happens, it's 7 minutes. Then it's 5 minutes. Then it's 3 minutes. Then while the dude's cutting you off, you're like, you son of hey, whatever. I don't care, man. No accident, no foul. Even if you did cut me off and cause the accident, I'm going to charge your insurance company. Shit's going to get fixed. Me getting pissed off ain't solving shit. It's actually hindering my recovery. Defend your peace. Fight for your greatness. I'm out of here.
Thanks for listening to the Courage Barbell Unlimited podcast. For more information, please visit CourageBarbell.com. Until next time.